And for that, I want to go to Claire Chase, the Mack Energy Corp Vice President of Public and Government Affairs. Claire, if you could just help me out with a couple of basic things the administration has been saying. The industry is sitting on these fat profits and has no intention of, boosting production because of those fat profits. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to buy back stock. They're going to take it all in. That is their right. But what do you think of that argument that they're not doing more because they're just making money hand over fist?
Well, Neil, I think it's really unfortunate, the narrative that is coming out of President Biden's White House on this, as it has been since he took office. I mean, he wants to come in and say, this is your fault. You need to boost production. Well, what your White House needs to do, Mr. President, and what your administration needs to do is to start letting us drill. And with everything that you're doing, with withholding the federal lease sales, with providing that regulatory uncertainty, it has been very difficult for us to invest the capital to, invest in a product that you keep telling us we're not going to need in 5 to 10 years. It's very difficult to decide, hey, we're going to go ahead and spend millions and millions of dollars to invest in oil and gas when, every policy that you are putting forward says differently. Actions always speak louder than words, at least where I'm from.
No, that's a fair point. And I just want to go to the one. I want to go bit by bit what was raised in the letter. Claire, if you'll indulge me here and maybe help people understand this. Much is made of the fact that the industry is sitting on 9,000 plus purchase leases that they have not tapped. What's lost in that argument is versus the year before, it was almost double that. So they've taken advantage of where they could. But sometimes you just come up dry, or some of these permits and leases are not what they thought, but the industry hangs on to them in the hope that eventually, you strike gold here. But leaving that aside, this argument that the industry could do more, what do you say to that?
I say that it's incredibly difficult, like I said, for the last year and a half, President Biden has just been hammering us, and making it difficult for us to produce this product at every single turn. And you talk about refining capacity. I mean, the refiners have not been able to open new facilities in years, if not decades. And so all of a sudden, when the chickens are coming home to roost, Joe Biden wants to say, oh, well, this is the fault of the oil and gas companies. It absolutely isn't. It is the fault of your policies and the fault of your rhetoric. And we can only do so much. I mean, as I've said on your show before, Neil, a year and a half ago, we were in negative territory. We were losing oil and gas companies hand over fist. And yes, we've been able to come back due to some crazy circumstances. But it has not been an easy comeback, and we have to be smart about how we're doing this. When every single thing that we hear from the White House every single day is that we are transitioning from fossil fuels. We don't need fossil fuels. Everybody should buy an electric car. It is really, really hard for companies from the ExxonMobils of the world down to companies my size to say, yeah, okay, you know what? We're going to take our hard-earned dollars and we're going to put them into this industry that the president is actively trying to shut down at every single turn.
No, I can understand what you're saying. One last thing, Claire, I'll just say, again, I appreciate your viewpoint. We don't hear it that much in the energy sector in any of the media. But the final one that gets a lot of traction in the media is that with all the money the oil industry is making, they have little reason to want to produce more in this environment because that's expensive in and of itself. So why not take advantage of prices where they are and enjoy where they are and take advantage of where they are? What do you say to that?
Well, I would say that we would love to drill more oil to take more advantage of the prices where they are. I mean, if we could get more oil to market, that's obviously we're going to be making more money in that process. And so we have every incentive to produce. We have every incentive to want to get out there and get drilling rigs up and running to employ the people in our community. Because, when it comes down to it, we will be making money at $115, $120 a barrel of oil. So we want to deploy that capital. We want to invest. We just want a White House and a president that provides that regulatory certainty that we need to do it.
Got it. What they're saying on that oil at these levels, if you start drilling for more and looking for more production, that will increase the supply. The demand will be a constant, so the price will go down. So their cynical view is that it's not in your interest, that is the oil industry's interest, to willy-nilly go drilling for oil in this environment because they make more money keeping the supply the way it is rather than increase that supply. So you say what?
Well, I would disagree. I mean, yes, the price would go down if more supply comes on, but we're still making money. And really, at the end of the day, you know, $120 oil is not sustainable. It's going to come back down. That's the cycle of oil and gas. It's boom and bust. You know, as I said, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, we were negative. Now we're at 115. I mean, that is a huge swing. And we'll see that again sooner than later, I'm sure.
All right, well, watch those swings. And Claire, I appreciate you just taking on a lot of these things. This is an argument that the administration has presented. I wanted to get the 4 or 5 key points they're making, see what the industry thought of that, because the two sides are certainly far apart on this. So thank you very much, Claire Chase.